welcome to the NewsX Sunday Guardian Roundtable. Well, the winter session of Parliament is on in full swing. It may be a short session, but it is definitely not short on drama. In fact, the Prime Minister set the ball rolling when he talked in his address at the beginning of the session when he told the media that the opposition is more interested in drama than delivery. So any hope of any peaceful reconciliation between the opposition and the Treasury benches was set off by that statement. The opposition, of course, reacted. They want the government to discuss issues like the revision of the voter rolls. I believe some kind of compromise has been reached by the government and the opposition. The SIR issue will be discussed in the guise of in larger, broader picture of electoral reforms. The BJP, the government wanted them to discuss Vande Mataram. That is also being discussed. But in the end, amidst the noise and fury, are real issues being hidden. That is something I'm going to be discussing with my panel today. I have with me Sudhanshu Trivedi. He is a member of the Rajya Sabha from the BJP and national spokesperson for the party. I have Karti Chidambaram. He's a Congress member from the Lok Sabha. And I have John Britta. He is from the CPM. So Sudhanshu ji, I think I'll put you in the middle because you will be getting fire from both the sides today. So आपको मोर्चा दोनों तरफ से संभालना पड़ेगा. Karti, what is your, the opposition? Are you happy with the kind, the broad agreement that has been reached? Issues are being discussed.
I'm happy that Parliament has started functioning, but you have to also understand the number of sittings we have annually is drastically reducing year on year. Parliament doesn't sit often enough. And it does not really debate serious issues. While the government sometimes doesn't give us space to raise issues of our choice because they somehow think that they should decide what issues we should raise, and they don't give us the space, that leads to disruption. And even when Parliament is functioning, it's at least very clear to me that the government doesn't seem to have any serious legislative agenda this session, because we are talking about general things and sometimes spending inordinate time in very minor legislation. So I don't know whether the government has got anything substantive to offer in this Parliament session, but I'm glad that Parliament has started functioning though.
So bar बहुत low है Sudhanshu ji. He's saying at least Parliament has started functioning, but nothing substantive. How would you react?
Actually, the problem is not the substantive discussion. It is the problem is the competitive politics among the various parties of the Indie Alliance to prove that they are more strong anti-Modi, anti-BJP, anti-RSS. That's why there is no coherence in their own representations. I would like to quote in the last year, when on the issue of Adani, so many notices were given by Congress party. And Ram Gopal Yadav ji openly said, Adani Vadani koi mudda nahi hai, sambal pe baat honi chahiye. If such a level of incoherence among their own people, then you can understand that what type of substantive argument they want to do. So another example I would like to give, that how they want to deal the issues. If you remember in the previous Lok Sabha, on the issue of farmers' bill, we were saying that let us have a discussion. Opposition was demanding no discussion at all. They should be withdrawn at once and immediately. Okay. When Prime Minister withdrawn immediately, then they made again ruckus in Parliament why the discussion has not taken place and why they are withdrawn immediately. So that shows कि कोई सूरत बदलना मेरा मकसद नहीं है. मेरा मकसद है हर कदम पे हंगामा होना चाहिए.
The charge is on you. And also, in terms of issues, like what are the issues that you want discussed?
See, Sudhanshu, when I listen to him, I think that he's a saint. What had happened 15th Lok Sabha, Sudhanshu, it was completely washed out. 68% of disruption, what was happening? What were you doing when UPA was in power? I think half of that is not being done now. Let's be very clear about it. All that what we are doing now, you have done it in a much better way. I mean the disruption. Now, India Alliance parties, I'll tell you one thing. See, with the rich diversity in our country, so many political parties, it is quite natural that we'll be having so many issues. Kerala has got a different issue altogether. So don't expect that we have to come with one issue. But last session and this session, all the political parties, India Alliance parties, focused on 1, 2, 3. If you had agreed for electoral reforms last monsoon session, that session would not have been washed off. So your obstinate stand only created this so-called stalemate. My request you see, let the opposition have its say. In any case, you will have your way. Correct. In any case, you will have your own decision. And you will roll back all those decisions where we haven't participated, like the Sanjar Sati. So take the cue out of it. Let us have a debate, deliberation. Now, electoral reforms, we are having it. What was the harm in accepting that electoral reforms discussion in the beginning itself? And Sudhamshu, I mean, you may not be coming, only leaders come for the all-party meeting. I am also a member of that. We say that you accept one or two suggestions. My suggestion to you is that, like the foreign parliaments like UK, have one day for the opposition. Let us list out an issue of the opposition discuss. All other days you discuss. We have no problem about that.
You have raised a very appropriate point, but I want to clarify technically. Yes, we agreed for the electoral reforms because electoral reforms can be discussed in Parliament. SIR cannot be because this is the administrative procedure. Like judicial reforms can be discussed. But on any judicial case pending, Parliament cannot discuss this evidence should be taken into cognizance or that evidence should not be taken into cognizance. So the discussion focusing on SIR was like you are asking that the case is pending in Supreme Court and these evidences should be considered and those evidences should be rejected. Electoral reforms, yes, we are agree. Second thing I would like to say, on those issues when we were in opposition, yes, definitely in 2011 entire monsoon session was wiped out. But what we were saying that have discussion and government didn't agree, then what happened? We went to court. And every issue court has given a judgment and initiated an inquiry in our favor. Even an Anna movement is started. Not even a single case opposition has moved to court. Forget about going to court. They are not ready to give even in writing a letter of complaint. And lastly, if you are saying that should be given a proper weightage or a proper space to opposition, then with due humility, I would like to say we are having elected leader of NDA in both the houses. Does India Alliance having an elected leader of India Alliance? No. So unable to.
Why should
Okay,
you
let's
need
not
that?
take
What does
that.
that mean?
So what? It means one party demands for this, another party demands for that.
There is no
Like
unity.
Aam Aadmi Party says in previous time, should be discussed on Delhi. Then Congress Party says that Hindenburg should be discussed. Aam Aadmi Party says that, Samajwadi Party said Sambal should be discussed. And then the Trinamool Congress says that the West Bengal violence should be, Waqf board should be discussed. So which opposition is to be taken into account?
Okay, let Karthik answer.
As
No,
we
one
don't have
second.
convergence in all issues with all parties. We are different
This is
political
the-
parties.
yes, this
So
is
that
the
is not the
fact.
problem. As he said, you must give us the space to raise issues of our choice. You can't choose the agenda for us. You can't say you can only raise this issue, you can't raise it issue. What we believe, collectively or as individual parties, believe we will raise those issues. Give us that space. As he rightly said, you have the majority. Vote us out. You can always call for a vote. Nothing is going to become law. Let us have our say. You can have your way.
This Sudhamshu is a brilliant speaker, and I'm sure that he has been one person who has been trying to prevail upon the government saying, allow the opposition to raise the issues. You are the one person which I know. Privately, you concede that. No, I know that. I mean,
Government,
if
I
that,
give you an example.
If that good sense prevail amongst your colleagues, things are sorted out. Sudhamshu, let me ask you one thing. Last monsoon session, was there Adani, Mudani? Kuch nahi tha. Sirf electoral reforms tha. Just see the short duration notice which I have given. These are electoral reforms. We didn't even mention about SIR because there was a ruling saying that you cannot have SIR or election commission mentioned. This time also, the first day we gave the notice for short duration, electoral reforms only, no SIR.
Finally, the opposition. Hanji, bhai.
I give you another example.
Yes.
In the previous Lok Sabha, when Venkaiah ji was chairman, you remember the opposition was giving consistently notices of 267 कि inflation के ऊपर discussion on inflation. It was a budget session. Venkaiah ji has said we want to further extend the discussion on budget. On budget, this is a finance bill. Whatever you want on economy, whatever you want on inflation, you can mention in that. You are having full space. But say no, stop discussion and first have discussion on inflation. This shows again that the substantive discussion is not the motive. It is a competition between the various parties.
Sudhamshu, let me
How
just
to
tell you
discuss.
one
the other
point. See,
problem is-
one point. See, your line of thinking that you can include everything in one particular item. That's
No,
not,
not
please listen to me.
Inflation is
that's
very
cookie.
precisely
I'll tell you one
related
thing.
to budget and financial
I
things.
have been seeing these parliamentary practices for so many years, decades. There should be structured discussion.
See, it's also
Without structured
the other
discussions,
problem
it's
is
not a-
And one
there
more
is no
thing.
more back channel. You see, before
that
there
is
used to be
the- I
a
want-
back channel
yeah.
between principal opposition parties and the government. And if there was any kind of disagreement, you would come to the corridor over a cup of tea or something, sort it out, and there was a give and take. Today, what I see is this back channel has collapsed completely.
Sudhanshu
That
made a
I-
Minister of Parliamentary Affairs or somebody in charge
See,
of
that kind of back channeling is not happening now.
We need a back. But from the opposition side also, we need someone who would.
There is no need of back channel. Even front channels can also work. And on the back channel, it can be stopped. When the backbiting stops in the, you can say, in the inner coteries of the opposition parties, which they start to project. Ab example देना चाहता
ये
हूँ, just
मिर्ची
one.
का डब्बा लेके आए हैं जेब में।
During the elections, when you are together, when the opposition parties were together fighting as a one alliance, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress was in alliance in 2024. And even on that situation, Congress party said that this liquor scam is an scam. And then Kejriwal replied that the National Herald case is an open and shut case. Then Kejriwal ji went to Chhattisgarh and he said Bhupesh Baghel is the most corrupt chief minister. And you remember Samajwadi Party, Akhilesh Yadav ji had said, despite being an alliance in 2023 MP election, बहुत चालू party है Congress. And Congress, so
Our bickerings or differences is not the reason why
No, it's
Parliament
not
should
the
be stalled.
bickering.
No, our
If you
differences will be
consider-
there. We have
Sudhanshu,
we
let
have
me-
different
let me-
states and states and
Exactly.
we'll have
No, no,
competition.
no,
Now I'm coming on the parliamentary.
I'll make one point. You see, 2004, we fought the Congress, defeated them, came with 62 MPs, extended support to them. See, our parliamentary democracy is dynamic enough to, accommodate certain streams like that.
On the issue, like in Waqf Board, you were there also in the Business Advisory Committee, and whatever opposition demanded, we want this much of time. Okay. Despite Rajya Sabha is having half the strength of Lok Sabha, still the same time was allotted. And after the bill is passed, before it is gets signed by Rashtrapati, they went to Supreme Court. So that shows that on the issue of parliamentary affairs, everybody has got ample opportunity and everything was live telecasted. Still, you should have waited. And even court has said that still it is not been signed by a president. So we have to wait after it is signed, then we can understand. So this shows that there is a competition. क्योंकि ये साबित करना है कि मैं ज़्यादा on the floor of the house.
Is this what is preventing you from giving us space?
On the constitutional floor, Constitution says that any act passed by Parliament is binding on all these state assemblies. But still on CA, several assemblies have passed a resolution that we will not accept CA. Even Kerala was also one of them. How can, this is a breakdown of constitution. Samvidhan khatre mein hai. How can a state assembly, can any municipal corporation say that the act of the state assembly, we will not abide by that? So that shows there is no respect for constitutional authority and constitutional tradition.
I'll tell you one thing.
Okay,
We are completely sidetracked. The idea, the question was, why are we not able to discuss in Parliament? It is not about our competing agendas, which we will have. We are different political parties. We will have competing agendas. That does not, preclude you from having a discussion in Parliament or giving space to us.
What I understand,
According to them, unless we are all the opposition just gets united and comes with only with a one-line agenda, you will not give space. We will have multiple agendas.
Karthi, if I deduct what Sudhanshu said, he is so agonized about the difference of opinion amongst the opposition parties.
Yes, right.
Please leave that agony.
I'm not
but if you're not raising the issues,
We'll find a way.
not agony, it's ecstasy.
yeah, you're misinterpreting.
No, actually, he is expressing as though he is pained.
Pain. That we are
Let us have a difference here. See, if at all there was no
But he
difference.
raised a good question that where is the leader, the one person that they should talk to? They have a leader of NDA. Who is your leader of
Madam,
NDA?
let me just tell you one thing. See, contrary to my impression, there is near consensus among the opposition parties on issues to be taken up in Parliament. I'm telling you. Even in this session, there was a complete consensus. Sudhanshu is going for a diverted tactics. He was in the BSc. BSc. in BSc.
He knows
Please
what is
listen.
happening inside. Na?
BSc, we were together there. I
Acha.
shouldn't be talking about them, but I can refer to that. There was, just like Sudhanshu spoke now, the Parliamentary Affairs Minister was saying, which issue? You have another issue. then we all said that, let us take up electoral reforms. We have no comms on that.
Which they have, because you united.
How? Now, last monsoon session also we said. Last monsoon
even
session.
I agree to what they are saying. No, okay, no problem.
Sudhanshu, am I not correct
We
or
are not saying that you elect one leader, but at least you come with one proposal, that this is the combined proposal of the opposition and we want to discuss it. It never happened that we have not discussed. But the problem is all parties come with a different proposal and they want to give emphasis depending upon their respective, let's say on the slightly digressing to the subject.
It's a mischievous thing he's thought of. I can see the mischief in his eyes.
Since Congress MP is here, a very senior person from Congress, and Mr. John Brattas is there, who's from Kerala. You remember when Rahul Gandhi resigned from Wayanad seat, and it was decided that the Congress will file.
Where all he is going to? Wayanad is going.
It was on record that the Communist Party candidate said that the Communist Party has not been informed, but Muslim League said they are informed that the Priyanka Gandhi is going to. So, sir, even not informed, they have not even informed you, and you are saying that the government should discuss with you.
In Kerala, we are not in alliance with them.
So that
We
is
are in
what-
alliance with the Muslim League there.
I'm going to take a break, but let's see the
एक लाइन कह
moment.
दूं, सुनिए,
हाँ,
इसीलिए एक
एक
लाइन
break
कह
ले
दूं,
लेना।
देखिए
We are not in
साहब,
alliance with them in
सुनिए,
Kerala.
हाँ।
दिल्ली में मोहब्बत और केरला में
That's
लड़ाई
okay.
वही लड़ाई
है,
है।
मार डाला, दो भाई
That's
तो
okay.
लड़ाई है।
That's okay.
No, we agree with
We
that.
agree.
On that note, you keep the agreement going. Just stay with us. But this is getting interesting. Stay with us. Hello and welcome back to a roundtable discussion on Parliament, but I think it's gone more into the inner party workings of the India alliance more than anything else. But he has a point, Karti is saying that at least come up with agendas that you don't disagree with. People are unhappy.
Is that what is preventing them from having a discussion? That's because we come up with a diverse agenda. Okay, you pick and choose from that and say like that. That's why you have a meeting of all party meeting.
DSC is there, all
DSC
party is there.
Sort it out. We don't. Just because we have an broad electoral front does not mean we need to come into convergence on every single issue. Each one will have their priorities. And there are competing interests for us in vis-a-vis certain states as well. So those contradictions need not be the excuse for them not to give us space to raise issues in Parliament. See, for example, Delhi terror has happened. I mean, we should be talking about that. This is the national capital. I mean, is some kind of blame being appropriated to anybody? Pahalgam has happened. I mean, there was one report saying that the terrorists who were involved in it have been neutralized. Then there have been contrary reports. We still do not know how that failure happened. No, the government has not come back to say why these two dastardly terror attacks happened. These are all serious issues.
No, I have something to add to Karthi. Look, let us be very clear about it. He also agrees with me. The standard of the parliamentary process discourse has plummeted.
I agree.
Undoubtedly. You are a journalist, you have been covering parliament for a long time. The instrument of parliamentary discourse, like short duration, call attention, questions, 267, see, very rarely only it's admitted. Let's be very clear.
No adjournment motion is ever
And
admitted.
now, who is responsible
Who
for
is- that is a good
Who is
question.
responsible
Now
for
I
it?
give
Both
you
the
Let us come to
sides.
that.
As
Both the-
Karti ji has said,
This is very, very
at least you pick up. Okay, I am quoting one issue on which the entire opposition was unanimous. In the last Lok Sabha, Manipur issue. Okay? They brought no confidence motion on Manipur. And with due humility, I would like to ask your viewers to go and check. In the entire hours-long discussion on Manipur, even opposition candidate has not spoken 3% of time to Manipur. Not even 3% time to Manipur. All other things have been spoken. So the issue which you want to brought on the parliament, government accepted that we want to discuss, and then you do not want to discuss that thing. You want to, and all parties are speaking on that. That's their right. I'm not saying, but that shows that the seriousness is not objective. Seriousness is again competitive.
they are saying
I am amazed with the ability of Sudhanshu to put across half truth and half facts. Sir, they were forced to bring no confidence motion because you were not ready for a structured discussion on Manipur. That's why they were compelled to bring it. In Rajya Sabha is Council of States. We have every right to discuss about what's happening in a state. You didn't permit a discussion on that. So, in Lok Sabha, they had the only tool, no confidence. So, if you move a no confidence notice, then you are supposed to take up for discussion in 15 days' time. You are compelled to do that. That means you push the opposition to such a position because of the very obstinate stand you took on Manipur. That's simple as that.
That's why I am saying.
Yeah.
And you
But
have
he's
not you have not discussed Manipur at the
No,
time.
no confidence
So
means
it
what?
was-
Confidence the government.
Not confidence against the government.
Government, not
so
on one
all,
issue.
All that the government
Does and doesn't do.
doesn't
So
do.
again, I would like to quote one more thing. Definitely, no confidence motion came against government of India on Manipur, but no confidence motion against Manipur government in Manipur Assembly. Why?
What you have done
That
there?
shows the politics.
What have you done
That
there?
you want to make Manipur a national issue to do the
course it's a
politics.
national
If
issue.
you would have been concerned, not even a single demonstration in Imphal. Not even a single delegation went to Imphal, to the
delegation.
governor.
Sudhamshu, please.
Governor.
No, I'll tell you.
No.
I myself went to
Sir,
Manipur.
yeah, Manipur
Imphal,
delegations did go.
Met the government. And second thing, if you
Let me
have
complete the
brought in
sentence,
present
sir.
rule,
I am talking about the delegation demonstration by the local leaders and MLAs. You agree? Yes, you are approving my point.
Yeah.
You want to
Society was
make.
so fragmented.
You
There
want
is
to do a
question, law
national
and order, so
politics
there is a
on
question of
Manipur.
protest there.
You want to
People
do
are
national
protesting.
politics
Since-
on Manipur, but you didn't brought no confidence
I'll
motion
tell you
against the
one thing.
Manipur
Okay, moving
government.
from Manipur, I just want to also
No.
discuss.
At this point, I have to say, when you have made the state to such a level where the bullets are flying, you want the demonstrations to happen there. You have made the
Fractured
state like
society.
that. You have made the state like that. Even a normal protest cannot take place there.
But people were protesting. There was a fracture.
We are talking parliamentary procedure. For giving no confidence, you have to just send a letter, even send a letter by
Ramsho,
email also.
last
But
month-
that letter was not
You
sent.
talked about the drama. Last monsoon session, there was a big drama. You made a poor man to have been quit, resigned because he was having aspirin tablet. Does anybody know what was the reason of the resignation of the vice president? Did we do that?
There was no farewell also for him.
Isn't it that was the biggest drama
Suddenly the-
enacted on the floor of the parliament in the history of the Indian parliament? Sudhamshu?
The same people who had twice tried to bring no confidence motion against the chairman. And not only this.
I have to agree with this.
On the drama, the drama I would like to show.
With a straight face, I have to agree with this.
You have to separate it down.
In the entire history of Indian Parliament, this was the only case, I think, when on the stairs of Parliament, the mimicry of Vice President was done, and the video has been shooted by the leader of the opposition. Wow, kya drama hai sir?
But then why did you give
Matlab,
the...
and not only this, and a member of Parliament who is very famous, rather infamous for her high decibel voice, has brought a doggy, and then suddenly.
Thank you for bringing that. Why are we discussing?
No, drama, that's why. And then the manner in which she replied, bhom, others. Let the viewers decide. Is it drama or something else?
But the dog,
Second thing.
she didn't bring the dog.
This was a car.
It was in the car. And secondly, Vajpayee ji बैलगाड़ी लेके आए थे. So it's not a thing
A lot
of...
of people take.
देखिए.
This is if you're going to make that as an issue.
It wasn't, yeah. It was not a... She was not making a protest or a
No.
statement. The dog
This
just...
is in the car.
The sentence which he has made, ये काटते नहीं है, काटने वाले अंदर हैं. What does this mean? It means you are.
Arey, Sudhamshu.
And moreover, then she replied yesterday that the dog is a very वफादार. अब वो अपनी वफादारी किससे दिखा रही थी, ये मैं व्यूअर्स के ऊपर छोड़ रहा हूँ. कि वो ये बातें बोल रही हैं.
See, this is...
You're all
this
getting
is
sidetracked by
No,
all
if
these
she
things.
has worried.
Again, drama on
This
again.
has become a parliament issue, Karti. What do
No,
you
no,
say?
should this be a drama, sir?
Parliament should be
In the
streamed
last
as a parliament issue.
parliament, Rahul Gandhi ji came to Prime Minister, virtually fallen over him, and then went back to his seat and winked his eyes like akhiyon se goli mare. Do you think this was not a drama?
So who does more drama?
In the Rajya Sabha,
No.
last session you have said, people stood on the table.
Sudhamshu.
They virtually danced on the
Sudhamshu,
table.
I'll tell you.
Thrown the books on the chair.
Yeah,
Was that not drama?
you had your say.
So,
you had your
sir,
say.
let me complete one sentence. One of the fellow members, had come with all the garland of vegetables and the issue of inflation. Is this not the drama?
I mean,
Sudhamshu,
so many
I'll
times
tell
you
you
come
one
in
thing.
tractors, you
No,
come in bullock carts to parliament.
Hey, Sudhamshu, I'll tell you
as
one
the
thing.
BJP come in bullock carts. This is all visual
Karti, I have to say
protest.
that.
That's all,
The
optics.
same onion garlands were brought by BJP people when the onion prices went up. I remember those sites.
Onion पे तो हमारी government गई थी. 98 में.
No, I'll tell you.
We were in power.
When
We were in power.
You know, I'll tell you.
But उससे
All this display
Tractor,
of objects,
bullock cart.
all this display of objects, items, placards had happened in the parliament. In effect, it has come down actually. What all you practiced at that time? See, even that correlates that disruption also is a parliamentary practice was
disrupt
contributed by your leader. Nobody else could contribute that.
But-
Arun Jaitly contributed that.
John Batasi, those people who stood on the chair were some of the floor leaders of their party. Can you quote a single instance in which Sushma Swaraj or Arun Jaitly has stood on the table rather than came in the well?
There are exceptional
do not-
circumstances.
do
Sushma
not try
threatened
to.
to shave off her hair.
No, they were all.
Wasn't that
See,
theatrics?
I'll tell you, Sudhamshu is saying that. Sudhamshu, 2 years back, winter session, 147 MPs were suspended. I was suspended for 3 months. You know that. I don't go to the well at all.
I was suspended for not going to
I
the well.
was, see,
I
I
wrote a
was
letter
just
asking why.
standing in my seat. Just for standing in my seat, I was suspended for 3 months. Were you not aware of that? Has it happened ever in the history of the parliament? So let's be very clear about it. If you want to run the parliament, and I'll tell you the primary responsibility of running the parliament rests with the treasury benches, the government. Please accept that responsibility.
On that, last word.
On that, has it ever happened in the parliament that on the table the people was dancing? Had it ever happened in
Dancing.
parliament? The mics were uprooted.
Dancing.
You quote a single instance. That's why the chair was forced to take this type of decision.
So why was I suspended? I never go to the well. Everybody knows it. In fact, I wrote a letter to the speaker asking why
Sudhamshu,
was I,
you know
why
very
was I
well
named?
that how I behave, conduct myself in the house. Why was I suspended for 3 months? Have you got-
And chairman was very generous about you.
Oh, what
he
happened?
uses to give very much time to you.
That's not the point.
And you know,
Kissing the chairman, that's
in
why.
one of the bills, I remember, I think he might have got a
forgotten
record. 93 or 94 amendments. One bill, Mr. John Batasi.
It's a right of a
So
member.
what happened
The point
on
is,
the lighter
Priya,
note?
the point is, this government lacks self-confidence. If they're a confident
He's
lot,
confidently taking two of you
if
on.
that's fair enough. If they're confident, they will allow us to raise issues of our choice.
Exactly.
And because they lack that self-confidence and they're very prickly about things, they just keep shutting.
Exactly.
Okay, but should not the government take the onus of running the house? That's the last one.
Definitely, government. Everybody is having the onus. Who is the bigger party is having bigger onus? Who is in the
You are
government is
the
having the biggest onus.
आप तो biggest हो.
But nobody can say कि क्लास चलाना तो टीचर की जिम्मेदारी है, मगर 10 लड़के क्लास में हल्ला मचाते रहेंगे, साहब जिम्मेदारी तो टीचर की है. अब again I am saying, bringing their alliance together is not their responsibility.
Why are you worried
But
about it?
despite the disruption, the government should conduct is a government responsibility.
No,
On
why
that
are you?
note-
Why are you concerned about our
I'm not
contradictions?
concerned. I am concerned because this is creating problem in the house.
We only want space to raise issues of our choice.
Despite our difference of opinions on this point of opposing BJP, we'll always stay together. Don't worry about it.
नहीं, that we have already seen. सुनिए, आप कैसे स्टे आते हैं? कभी साथ में, कभी अलग.
वही है.
On a lighter note, वो हिंदी फिल्म का पुराना गाना है ना, वो इंडिया अलायंस के लोगों के लिए एकदम फिट बैठता है. मिलो ना तुम तो हम घबराएं, मिलो तो आंख चुराएं, हमें क्या हो गया है?
Sudhamshu has got a
इश्क कैसा है?
strength on the Hindi things.
I was just
And he's an
beyond
anti-
my own mind. I
anti-
don't understand a word. So-
But this is
नहीं, the word
trademark.
is that I am so much fond of you that I want to meet you. But the moment you meet, I developed an apathy towards you and I turned the eye to the other side. That is the relationship
I'll
of
tell
the
you what.
Indian.
No,
You
Prime
have
Minister
a-
made a point that drama is going on. But I want to remind that one of the leaders said, BJP leaders said, the best actor in this country is Narendra Modi. You know who said it?
Well,
Yeah.
on
Well, I
the,
hope we have a functioning parliament for the rest of the
सर
session.
एक बात बताएं, मैं viewers के ऊपर छोड़ता हूँ. Who is the best actor
Okay, let us.
among the leaders and who is the best comedian among the leaders?
and who's the best actor in the debate today? Thank you so much for this discussion. But that's it for now. Keep watching the show. We'll see you again same time next week.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.